Good everyone. Hope all is well. All right. One moment. G'day, Winston. Okay, so this is my FTX watch list. Kind of for tonight, being that I'm in the southern hemisphere, and probably into tomorrow morning, realistically. I did my scan this morning and I was very hopeful for the market to kick on a little bit better. And I'll tell you what I was looking for and why I couldn't do certain things. G'day, Mark. Hope you're well. And also, just a reminder, this is an FTX watch list brought to you by FTX. So please make sure that you, if you haven't got your account, description below is where you'll get 10% off your trading fees ongoing. So go get that done. How to go long, go short, and manage your risk, as well as raise orders there as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, share it with your mates, your buddies. That would be much appreciated. And away we go. G'day, Addison, Sally, Iden. It's lovely to have you all here. Okay, so for those of you who are already my clients, saw my video this morning or on live trading floor, not much has changed in many respects, but there have been some moves and I want to point you in that direction. For everybody else, I'll take you through what I was saying to my members this morning. We did have a bullish candle in the cradle zone. It did break the high of that candle and it could very well continue to run. The issue I had with a lot of these, and there was quite a few of them, and we had Bitcoin, we had Zcash, we had Litecoin as well. See, they had the higher low on the daily. Hey, Paul. But they didn't have the higher low on the 2-day. And this is what the issue was for me to be around raising these orders. Look, higher low, higher high, no problem. We're taking the high from here to here for convergence. But you look at the 2-day here, there was no clear higher low. It was back here. If this higher high had have been convergent with the last one, so we're going from here to here, if we were convergent on the MACD, it would have been fine, but we weren't, so I couldn't do it. That being said, opportunities may present themselves as this moves higher, if it moves higher. Now with Bitcoin at the moment, it does seem to be having somewhat of a little bit of a move here, 1.2% after quite a solid 4-hour fall of 2.5%. If I take you to the 1 hour now, you'll see that we've got the potential for a higher low here. Realistically, we've got to break up through the high there of 57.328 for it to be in that, to confirm that movement. That was as it broke this morning's daily candle. So there's not much on Bitcoin at this stage, not until we break above there and start to get some better cyclicity. Oops. There are options available though. Namely, the first option available here is Atom. And what I'm looking at here is a very solid consolidation. Of course, we did see a very strong run up and subsequently from that point on, a pretty decent pullback. We're talking 45% or 43%. Decent pullback. And it's quite erratic, quite wild. Since then, we've consolidated and it's really got itself into a solid little range. It's pretty average. Okay, Florent, welcome back. It's pretty rangy at the moment. But if I take you through now and show you this 4-hour, starting to move now actually. Have a look. There's 2 tests of resistance. Go, David. It's raining here in Sydney too, mate. It's not very nice. If you'll have a look through here, resistance is there. Now, I'm not looking at this as a breakout trade at this stage. That might set up, and if it were to set up, it would be tomorrow morning. All right, for me, it would be my tomorrow morning. But what I am looking at is the possibility of it breaking above that resistance and trading pullbacks into that there level. Think boosters, think cradles, right? We've got a higher low 1, higher low 2, a push above there and a pullback into that region could certainly offer opportunity. Now, as much as it's one that's going to take more than likely a little bit of time, it's not often they'll do a live at this time of night. So it might work out very well for those in the US, across Europe, in the UK and whatnot. Oh, didn't realize how much I needed that. So yeah, waiting for it to push up and then to buy pullbacks on those specific strategies, being cradles or boosters. Now, Balancer is another one that was on my list, and I really should be long this already from the cradle back here. However, last night, that was around my just getting finished up with my ice bath, so I missed my entry. I'd still be happy to be in it too, by the way. Just because it's sort of pulled back below entry, that doesn't really bother me. I'm here to take good trades that fit my rules, and that was one of them. What I am, however, looking at the moment is that if it does pull back a little bit further, there may be room for a little cradle in here. Okay, maybe room for a little cradle in there. It's not so good on the 12. The 8 does have a little pullback there, only a wee one. It's not... Let me just think this through, because a 4 hour there... Go back to that 8. If it's snuggled a little bullish candle in there on the 8 hour, tomorrow morning would be when that would occur. I would, I'm happy to have a look at that. Now, because I'm in Australia here, often what I'll do is I'll do a scan around this time, so I know when the 7 p.m. candle closes. Sorry, I'll have a watch list for when the 7 p.m. closes, just in case there's any 2 or 4 hours that are there to be taken, or 8 hours for that matter. It's going to be, again, a rollover into tomorrow morning around that 3 a.m. time. So for the Northern Hemisphere, or me in the morning, that's potential on the 8 hour, but it's got a fair bit of work to do. CRV is another one here. Have a look at this. Very similar to that of Atom. We've got higher low 1, higher low 2, just pushed up through here for a higher high, but it's got to get through this region here for it to really get that motor running. It's not doing it at this moment in time. However, another chart where there's two tests of two tests of a specific upper level, which is resistance. Got a higher low here. You can see it clearly on the 2 hour. Actually, you probably see it clear on the 4, to be fair. Higher low 1, higher low, pushed up. We're right in that cradle zone beautifully well right there. And yeah, there's plenty of room at the moment to get 1-to-1 before that level. For me, however, I'll be waiting. I'm going to wait until we get above that, and I want to see a pullback into that. If we get up into there and hold there, then I can drop to the lower time frames and look for those breakout trades. File's really taken off. It's gone bananas, and I think there was a little 8 hour back here, was there? Oh, no, not really. Was it this one? No, it wasn't. Sorry, I must be mixing it up with something else. Oh, that's right. It was one of the other ones. The one of the members got, it's just had a ripping run. But what I am looking at here is just how well it's moved, right? It has pulled back a couple of times. Look, it has pulled back. Now, there is an uptrend there. It's fairly straight line-ish. It's the 15-minute. And this is what I want to see. See how it's pulled back in beautifully there? There was an opportunity there for a cradle at 1 o'clock today. That happened to be as I was leaving to go and get my massage. I have a massage today. And that was a killer run and profitable again. I just seem to be missing the exact moments when the opportunities are coming about, and there haven't been that many of late. So it's a bit unfortunate from my positioning. There have been good trades. There have been trades that have fit the rules, and there have been trades that have gone on a profit. I just haven't been in them. Got to get my flow back. That's okay. I'm just waiting to see if it pushes on again. The next pullback could certainly hold options. It's not ready just yet. Now, Litecoin's another one where I come in on the daily. Again, a higher low, higher high, pullback bullish candle in the cradle zone. But the 2-day didn't match up. It doesn't have that higher low that's nice and clear. So although it looks bullish on the daily, we've got to break above that high. That high just so happens to be around a region. It's not exact, but around a region of resistance through here. Now, the reason I've got this drawn in is really to see if I can see it run up and give a few more tests around here, then that could fit my rules for a Bitcoin breakout trade. Now, it's not there yet. Okay, it's not there yet, and there's a lot of rules to go in and around that. But the second thing about a breakout level is even if you don't have an exact Bitcoin breakout, and you can't tick off all the boxes in your checklist, that's okay, because if it breaks above, you can look for Fibonacci boosters pulling back in, and this is the reason why I've got 3 strategies, is that one level can offer 3 different entries potentially. So it just opens the market up to more opportunity for us as traders. And that's what I'm waiting for. Litecoin to pop above and to pull back in. And that way we'd have the daily also trending in the right direction. Again, more time to wait. Proof perp. Another prime example, bullish candle in the cradle, higher low, higher high, 2-day, not matching up. Okay, so it's the lower time frames that I go to. When we come into these lower time frames, you can see pull back in, nice move. Pull back in, nice move. At the moment, what I'm looking at here is just if we can get some form of a level up there. If I look at the 8 hour as well, yeah, it's not quite ready to go yet. Sorry, I've actually remembered. I was meant to bunch these together. My objective here was to show you prove perp in the same light as Litecoin and Bitcoin, given that, yes, we had a daily bullish candle on all three of them, but we just didn't have that uptrend. There's nothing that I'm actually waiting to trade on. It was more an example of showing you how the market's kind of working together a bit. Synthetics, lower high, lower low equals downtrend. And whilst I hope the market goes up, I'm also open to the potential for further downside. Look at this 4 hour. Lower high, calls in, low. Lower high, equal low. We're building in these lower highs into that support. Now, there is still more work to do, and I say that often, and it's because the reality is it happens often, right? Let me just, there we go. You can see test 1, test 2, test 3, buy A, B stick. In my eyes, what I'd like to see at a bare minimum is for the market to come back from here, start to come back down, and give me one more test. That then gives me on the 30-minute convergence of the MACD, a lower high, and the potential for a breakout. Now this one, for all of you that are in my community, working with us in their trading, this is one that we didn't touch on this morning because it hadn't really come about. I like the look of this, and as far as if the market does decide it wants to leg down further, and it very well could do, this is an opportunity for a short to capture that move if it were to occur. Now, of course, if we don't get a breakout there, same rule applies for Fibonacci boosters and pullbacks for cradles. This is actually quite a nice looking chart as it stands, and I'm just waiting to see if that level does solidify, and if the market does fall, falls through, it might give me the opportunities to short that. The big mover today so far, one of the big movers has been Tron. Okay, so you can see this sideways activity. It's popped through that consolidation zone. Happy to see that occur. Now, if I come back down here, you know, we've not got the clearest higher lows, but the 2 hour we do. Clear higher low 1, clear higher low 2, but when I come lower, look how it's pulling back. Beautiful. Pulled back into an old level of resistance, convergent. That was a prime opportunity to make bank. Okay. Once again, it was not a time when I was around. Okay, that was my middle of my absolutely excruciatingly painful massage. Seems to be the way at the moment, but anyway, that's how it goes. Yeah, Barry. But I'm looking for similar things to this. Good cyclicity, good clean pullbacks, whether it's the 15 or the 30, or potentially, let's have a look. Oh, the 1 hour is going to take a little bit longer for that to really eventuate, but you can see what I'm looking at there. There's opportunity that may provide itself to us later on. And finally, Zcash. This was another one of the examples I was talking about, is in the sense that higher low, higher high, but the 2 day not matching up. Let's go ahead and have a look now lower, because there might be a little resistance level there, isn't it? Yeah. Again, look, it's not perfect, but another test up into there. We're starting to box that nice there. I want to see higher lows coming up, but again, a little potential for a Bitcoin breakout trade. There's plenty of levels, right? Plenty of these little flat levels that could be Bitcoin breakouts, could offer us opportunities to get pullbacks into the for Fibonacci boosters or cradles into those old levels. Dot doesn't make the list. Dot sideways. That is my list. That is what I'm currently looking at. And that is my watch list. Again, this is brought to you by FTX. So open your account with 10% off your trading fees for life on the link below. Also how to raise your orders. And people forget about how to do it. They forget how to manage their risk. Well, it's all in those videos in the description below. So get involved. And yeah, it's a good time to be learning too. You know, it really is, because we're not racing off going nuts. There's not millions and millions and millions of trades going on. But there will be. The time will come. We do have opportunities. There's been a couple of good ones today, a couple of good ones yesterday. Let's keep it up. Have a great day, a great evening, and I'll speak to you again very